Siteste. Hosanna. Mr. W. Carter. Yeah, come on, bro. Oh, what is wrong with you? Ah, kwenzakalani? Hayi man, hey. Umuntu need some sleep. Need to sleep, bro. Hey, le phone nayo bafethu. Are you that guy? Oh my. Colgate is on Sunday. Element. Oral B. I have never seen this one. Yeah. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all fantastic. I was just testing. Yeah, let me see. Let me make this here. Uh, let me do this. Let me do this. Fix this guy here. And make it a big biganyana, yabona. Uthi nami ngivele ebantwini, yayibona. Okay. Let me just fix this one again and do this. And just do this. Where is the microphone? There you go. Just to run away from echo. Yeah, we're good. Welcome. We will be reacting to a video here. Very explosive. I think this is an explosive interview. This guy is going to expose some politics and, you know, anyway, let me not talk too much. Thank you for joining me. Please do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Please like when you get to the live. Please like, yeah. Please, if you are here right now, you are hearing me. Please like. I would appreciate all of that. Very interesting interview here, guys, and I'm hoping that you are going to enjoy this. And please like. I can see you guys, you are coming in. Please like the live, like the live. I would appreciate all of that. That's the support that I only need. The only support is just likes. Okay, stay with me in the live as much as you can, or as long as you can, and whatever. Please, guys, I would appreciate all of that. Okay, like I said, we are reacting to a video here which is actually from the Skim GP, and yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Hope you enjoyed it, this, guys. Right. Okay, let's just go back a bit. Let's go back a bit, right? Here from Mr. GP. Mhm. Am I the only one who's not hearing? Hey, can you hear, guys?
What it was in 1950 when there were only 14 million people in South Africa. So the cattle herd has been reduced to next to nothing. And if I go back to the fruit orchards, Zebedelia, the largest orange groves and the sweetest orange in the world.
Oh, guys, you can't even tell me that it's you can't hear. Oh, I can't hear. Yeah. Guys, you can hear or what? What is going on here?
Is used for advancement of political purposes. So all these politicians are one. Politics is a distraction to keep the people divided.
You're touching my nails, but there's Rupert's and Oppenheimer's. What's the story?
Well, okay. Let's look at the situation in South Africa. The United Solutions Agenda 2025 and 2030 apply. Mm-hmm. And before these globalist criminals do anything, they put it in writing and they tell us what they're going to do. So if we were to read the UN resolutions 2025 and 2030, there are two words that are important. It'll bring you to the situation where we are in South Africa. The first term that is important is depopulation. They've put it in writing that they intend to depopulate to the tune of 6.5 billion people before 2030. And the COVID vaccinations was only the beginning of the depopulation agenda, for they have stated they will depopulate this planet by all and any means possible. The second most important word is sustainability. And the globalists use English differently to the way we use it. Because if you and I were to hear, hey, this is a sustainable program, we want to rejoice. But sustainability to them means total global corporate control of every resource. And we are human resources.
The past life you had will shock you.
In past life, you were poisoned by your own sister in the.
So the enslavement of South Africa is well underway. They've neutralized the military. They've neutralized the police. The Navy is a shadow of what it was in 1980. They've neutralized the defense capabilities of our nation.
How so? Because when you're saying they've neutralized, are they silenced or they're operating but in small margins and small numbers, in all little corners?
All funding has been cut to all defense components. So they all run down, and they couldn't defend a suburb. But I'll tell you what the globalists have done with their defense. The nation is surrounded. We've got 16,000 American soldiers in Botswana. We have 8,000 American soldiers in Swaziland, Eswatini. Excuse me. We have Chinese military camp in the Eastern Cape. From President Mbeki's days, and there are witnesses to this statement, he allowed ISIS camps into South Africa. So we're surrounded, and we have internal foreign forces. How are we going to change all of this is probably your next question. How do we change this? How do we arrest this?
The first question is, do we need to be scared now? Because our people must sometimes, are we supposed to be worried?
No.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. The Bible says 356 times have no fear. And I live by that. I don't live by the Bible per se, but I have no fear.
Yeah.
Because fear paralyzes you and prevents you from critically thinking about issues. But from a spiritual perspective, I've known about this since 1971. And in those days, when we received a UN resolution, we'd photocopy it, send it to our buddies, give it to them, so we could continue to spread the word. And we could see what they intended for mankind way back then. And people used to say to me, what are we going to do to stop this? And I used to tell them, we're going to pray for divine intervention. Because I'm surely the Creator will come down and stop this. And 3 years ago,
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about the divine what. Very sorry, but hey, on this one, I think we are the people that should be actually taking control over it, And then the divine powers will help us while we do it. I'm just
I was walking in my garden and it hit me like a ton of bricks. We who have been given the knowledge are the divine intervention. Excuse me.
I get you. Yo, you still tuned into Rings and Bearings. Hello, Uncle Henny. He's breaking it down here. So I'm not sure if I need to be on the edge of my seat because he says we are surrounded here. You are still going to go back to that topic. Yeah, but carry on. You are in the garden.
Okay. So the weaponization of finance will lead to CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Each South African who survives what is coming will be able to receive 5,000 Rand per month on his cell phone or her cell phone. And you will only be able to spend that on what the government tells you you can spend it on. And if you are a person like me, I wouldn't even bother to apply for one, for I will receive no funds whatsoever. I will be cut out of the system.
Can we put that as a fact? Is it what is coming through your research?
Yes.
Or you were reliably,
There's evidence to this fact.
Okay.
And
will it work like a grant? 350, this 1.8, whatever?
Yes, because they're going to destroy the economy to the point where you have 30 million unemployed people, and the government are going to have to pay them. There are already funds available to uplift this nation.
Yeah.
Because I've done the research into foreign funds and gold-backed currency that should be released into South Africa.
Yeah.
But the cabal will not allow any of these funds to be released. So let me take you back to UN Resolution 2025 and 2030. The the country is run by Rothschilds. Cyril's boss is Martin Kingston. He's head of Rothschilds Africa.
What are you saying?
Underneath Cyril Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
So, my apologies. You can. To the left, you're going to trim this.
Yeah.
To the left of Cyril Ramaphosa is the NEC. And to the right of Ramaphosa is the Stellenbosch Mafia. Now, the NEC's function, according to UN resolutions, is to externalize the asset value of 600 SOEs. Now, to externalize the asset value, we're talking about selling off Transnet, Eskom, South African Airways, 600 state-owned enterprises.
Entities. Yeah.
Water, everything.
Yeah.
That's their function. And they're doing a solid job. To the right, Stellenbosch Mafia. People think the Stellenbosch Mafia are some boertjies with a little bit of money. In 1902, the Stellenbosch Mafia bought Queen Victoria University in Stellenbosch and renamed it the Stellenbosch University. They have been planting graduates and others globally for 125 years. They have all the money that they require to do whatever they do, and their function is to corporatize and monopolize the South African private sector. And they too are doing a fine job. For people think, well, there's Checkers, there's Pick n Pay, there's this. They may have different shareholders, but they're all managed with one policy.
Who is the boss of the boss?
Who is the top controller of the organized crime syndicate that intends to enslave mankind? It starts at the Vatican.
Yeah.
Because the Vatican control all the churches, 1,640 religions. And Opus Dei, which is OPUSDEI, in the Vatican, is the psychological warfare division. And they have two weapons, religion and finance. So it goes to the Vatican and to above the Vatican, because we have got very wealthy Italian and Iranian families that have ruled this planet for over 3,000-4,000 years. And they've monopolized all weaponry, military weaponry. They have control of all of it. So it looks like we have an impossible task ahead of us to free ourselves and to free this nation from the globalist cabal. But there are many men, brave, who are prepared to do that.
You're talking bravery. There is 1 billionaire. I see his videos are trending, are all over the show. His name is Rob Hersov. What are your thoughts on Rob?
He's going to love me after this. Hersov family and the Oppenheimers have been in business since 1951. The globalist elite have an agenda. When the people need a hero, we will supply that hero. I have no respect for Rob Hersov. He's a puppet.
Oh, man, what are you saying?
I can only
Hey,
state...
you speak with conviction, Chief. Is it because of money? But when you're saying no, you don't take him serious.
I only speak with research and knowledge. I don't work on belief. I have no respect for him.
He always uses an F word and say F-A-N-C, F this. They've literally...
He's paid to act as if he is on the side of the people.
But how do you pay a billionaire?
You perhaps allow him to keep the 245 billion that he obtained from a trade, from a foreign banking deal, and you turn a blind eye to it. Obviously, you've got to pay them a lot more than $3 to $5 million.
I'm going to push you because there's more to what you are saying. There's just no way that you could... No, I don't want to use or hate is a strong word. On a lighter note, you don't like him for obvious reasons. I need the obvious reasons.
Well, the obvious reasons are he is part of the family, and once you're part of this global family, and the secret society, you never get out of it. Once you're in, once you've taken your oath of allegiance, you're in with your life. And they only speak out when they are told to speak out. But simply look at the Hersov-Oppenheimer 1951 connection.
If you're a real estate
So why is he making noise, according to you? Do you think he wants to throw a bone if you are giving a dog a bone, or you are redirecting, actually? He's creating a decoy.
Yes, he's giving the people false hope. The Russians did this in 1917, when the people were sitting at home and the only news media was a newspaper. They said, don't worry, the white hats are coming to save you. The white hats are coming to save you. 1917, they woke up one morning and the communist takeover was complete, and they never saw a white hat. Hersov is simply a puppet to distract the nation, in my view.
Let's talk about the president. I know, Guti, I'm getting deeper, and some of us, we do this as smaller little broadcasters on the corner, but I like it because the Constitution has allowed us that constitutional right to say, nah, freedom of speech, though we need to be responsible. What's your view on the current leadership, President Cyril Ramaphosa?
The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And I've been in Bloemfontein High Court with Lieutenant Commander Sylvester Mang. Yes, Cyril and the NEC. Forgive me saying Cyril, but I believe he was removed from power lawfully on the 8th of May 2025. He's been subpoenaed to court, refuses to attend, and we're taking the matter to the Constitutional Court.
You are part of the people that wants to remove the president.
Yes. I'm part of the people. I'm part of the group that wishes to see this nation free from all this nonsense, distraction, and deliberate impoverishment of the masses.
You don't believe in his leadership qualities?
Not at all. For 32 years, the ANC, and I have evidence of this, have been committing genocide against its own people through the housing, RDP, and deliberate obstruction and deliberate destruction of township economies.
You are repeating what Ukoko Helen Zille had said when she spoke. I mean, they were asking about the issues of genocide. And so genocide is very deep. So when you are saying the ANC and the 32 years, at times, I must hold you on the testimony, and I must quote you verbatim.
Yes.
And then see quote unquote. So you are mentioning the word genocide. Why would you go that deep?
Going back to those who have the knowledge of the divine intervention, many, many people contact me. One man wrote to me 2 years ago for 6 months begging me to assist him in a matter. And when I finally read the papers, it was evidence of genocide. And so I'm busy with that matter. And we will publish it. And it's gone to the Speaker of Parliament. The government do what they normally do. They simply ignore those people that are asking the right questions.
There's a question now. Someone is asking, who is Henny now? Who are you, Chief? Because are you there are people who are activists in their own right. There are people who are politicians. You choose prophets of doom, bishops, and others. So who are you?
I'm an activist for freedom.
Now, please give me the background, because maybe if out of 10 wars, you can say, no, I had battles, but I'm fighting wars now. How many battles have you won? And of course, including the Standard Bank and them. You spoke about food security. You spoke about the banking sector. You spoke about military. So it seems like you are very well knowledgeable, and you understand the systems. Have you gone to school? Have you studied? or these things are self-taught? Are you researching? Who are you?
I'm self-educated. I once asked a lawyer, how can ignorance of the law be no excuse when you study for 4 years? And he said to me, the books are there, read them. So I've been doing that for 20 years.
So the whole knowledge that we are talking about here, the whole conversation, it's based on self-taught.
It is.
Self-taught.
But when I make a statement, I have evidence for it.
Can we put the information to test then? Because when we talk, we must, talk and also substantiate. We don't just mention something, create some distraction or instill some fear or doubt in people's minds. So I want people to be convicted. On R&B, I always say, I go on a fact-finding mission. So I want us now to state the facts. Let's focus on your war with the banks. How far and how long, back?
Okay. So the banks are asset stripping the nation, as I mentioned, and the victims have no recourse to the law. For the banks have captured the judiciary and law enforcement. Once again, 3 years ago, a gentleman contacted me and requested assistance with his ABSA bank matter. And after viewing his documents, I felt that my fiduciary duty was to write to the external auditors of Barclays and ABSA's auditors in London, advising them that I had evidence of the corruption of ABSA. And they ignored that. And that letter's online. It's on my website. More than one bank is doing this. The banks manipulated the rand. Now, manipulation of the rand is treason. And Maria Ramos, the chair lady of ABSA Bank, in her public confession, apologized to the nation. I then wrote to the Speaker of Parliament demanding that they table the manipulation of the rand. Then they removed the Speaker, Sevivina Kula, and delayed the matter. The banks control the judiciary. We will not be able to get this into court quickly, but we are working on it. ABSA have now again, in the last 2 weeks, filed an interdict to silence me again. And this time, and I trust that they will hear this, I am going to bring in the genocide of their manipulation of the rand.
Imagine being able to with your name.
Can you imagine the impoverishment that it has caused this nation? We should be paying maybe 5 rand for $1. We'll be paying 18. Can you imagine?
Is this cooked?
Sorry?
Is it cooked? Is this, because of their doings, they are working on this. Like you are saying, they are manipulating the system.
Yes. And then to distract the nation, 6 weeks ago, they heard a matter between the Competition Control Board and the banks. In the Constitutional Court, they argued jurisdiction. And they never discussed the merits of the matter. Then I say to myself, nobody pays attention because it's so convoluted and there's so many documents, so much evidence. But in essence, it's all to distract the nation. The banks are impoverishing the nation. And I'm going to prove it in my next High Court, Johannesburg High Court submission.
Let's talk about governance. What's your view on the municipality, the state of current affairs, how things are run down now, robots are not working, infrastructure, the schooling system?
Education's been weaponed, but let's look at the overall economy. So 2009, load shedding started. And at that time I said to everybody, they are using Eskom as a weapon of mass destruction to destroy the economy slowly so that you can't see it.
Who, when you say they?
Who? The globalist cabal, the globalist controllers of this nation.
Yeah.
Believe me, the people running this nation have no sympathy, empathy towards South Africans, black, white, or brown.
Of course.
So Eskom, for how many years have we had load shedding? And they used to load shed on a Sunday night during 2 a.m. to 3. And people used to, but why? Simply to destroy the nighttime industry. Simply to ensure that the manufacturers can't work over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. That's why they load shed consistently. Load shedding is to destroy the economy. And they have done a great job. And then with the unlawful lockdown of COVID, that destroyed another 30% of this economy.
Yeah, man, you touched two big things: depopulating, meaning they will kill people,
Yes.
whether via COVID or whatever way.
Yes.
Now you are talking about the issue of Eskom, because how you are putting it, a lot of people are under the impression of obviously it is because or as a result of bad governance. Uguti, whoever is the minister, the HOTs. I mean, let's talk about the corruption. When people are supplying coal, or they cover stones, they're making them coal, and then they fiddle with all the.
Do you know what makes to be a minister a difficult thing to do? It's not actually the work. I promise you, it's not the work. What makes being a minister difficult, mayor difficult, everything in terms of South African government and stuff. It is the fact that you will be told what to do. It is the fact that when you want to do something that is opposing the narrative or opposing what is actually we are used to, in most cases, the problem is you won't be able to do it. That means when you become a minister, it's not easy for you to do your own things. You get told what to do. Nah, you can't be doing that. Nah, you can't remove that person. Nah, you can't do that, And then people sometimes, that's why I always say, being a minister is difficult. And it's difficult because you get to a place where you are controlled, and then not in all the ministries, because ministries differ. There are very important ministries where they will never play with you there. Okay, they will remove you even in a second. Why? Because those are very important things. I believe that if this is true, okay, they do it strategically. They don't just go for everyone. They do it strategically. They know if we've got this one, if we've got this one, if we've got this one, we've got control of everything. And hey,
The transformers and it's man-made, of course we can see, but we want to get to the who.
The who is the globalist elite that control this nation. Rothschilds and the corporates. Because remember, global corporate control is already underway in this nation.
Okay, let's get on the solutions, the how part. How are we going to resuscitate? Is it too bad? Is it too deep? Is it worse? Is it beyond repairs? Or do we still have a signana of a dash of hope? Things might get better with time if we can change maybe the leadership. Let's get to the solutions, because I see you have painted a clear picture. Anyone who's been listening so far, they understand we have a crisis. I want us to go back to the commissions that are here now. They are meant for what? Maybe decoy destruction.
Yes.
But let's talk about the solutions.
This AI tool will create a stunning ebook around
In 2014, Dr. Peter Muntz and His Majesty King Zwelithini founded the SADC National Peace Commission, deriving its authority from a 2001 protocol against corruption. So a 2001 SADC protocol against corruption was signed by 15 presidents, giving His Majesty Zwelithini and Dr. Peter Muntz the right to form the Peace Commission. And Dr. Muntz asked me to get involved in the Peace Commission. remaining members have asked me to be the chair of the Peace Commission. Peace Commission has a function in keeping the government honest and ensuring that we get the message out.
Yeah.
Example is Dr. Lafowla, the leader of the opposition party, and all he's asking is for them to comply with the law. And the law in this case, UN Resolution 1817, 1962, which gave Lesotho land its independence of Lesotho. So here we have the leader of a political party who is in jail for telling the truth.
Yeah.
The Peace Commission has tried its utmost best to get him released on humanitarian grounds, at least, so we can prepare defense for him. And I've written to Marco Rubio of the United States, African Union. I've written to so many people, including the president of Lesotho.
Yeah.
But that simply gives the people a vehicle. And we have a great deal of support for the Peace Commission. And it's just one of the vehicles and platforms that the people have, that their voice will be heard, no matter what comes. But overall, the solution is not a political solution. There is no political solution to the crisis facing this nation. And crisis is defined as imminent danger. That's what crisis means. Politics is a distraction. It is the people have to stand together because the other weapons that these globalists have used against the nation is race, religion, and politics. Now, all the African nations I've traveled, I can walk in Nairobi at 12 o'clock at night. I can walk back to my hotel in Accra, anywhere. There's never any white, black mention, but you come to South Africa and the government has a politics of hate, and it's on the TV and it's pushed all the time. So religion, same story. The Muslims must kill the Jews must kill the For the Jewish faith is, as you know, their Messiah can only return when all other faiths have been removed from the planet. I mean, that's not a loving God, you know. So quite how we get over this, we have to continue to fight them in the courts, in their courts, using their laws. And that's where most of my time is spent these days.
What do you think happened? Because you have touched Lesotho and the vice president being incarcerated. What do you think happened in the case of the former statesman, Jacob Zuma, leading to his arrest and ultimately incarcerated? He is reintegrated. And do you think the war is over?
You know, former President Jacob Zuma, I like him. He's a very affable man. And it's a pleasure to spend any time with him, even if it's a phone call. He really is an intelligent man. Forget what you see on TV about him not being able to count. He is highly intelligent. He's getting on a bit now. He's 84, I think. He's been battling with diabetes. I've been to visit him a few times. And I don't think the MK is the solution for the nation. But I respect the President Jacob Zuma. And I have a close working relationship with the Zulus in KZN.
You are aligned. So, but what do you think had happened? Were the charges concocted? Was this a planned thing to taint him, to create some distraction because they saw what was coming? Because it looks like we have people who are fortune tellers here. They know what's going to happen in the future. If we remove this one, we know that it's done. Before we get to the General Mkwanazi's issue, but what do you think was the essence of that thing?
You know, many presidents battle opposition parties and the globalists, and they know how to maximize distraction. Because if you look back, I think President Zuma has about 840 charges still outstanding and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll ever go to court. And all they did was elevate him a little bit.
Ish, they gave
You
him
know.
power, eh?
Yeah.
Do you think our sitting president will face jail time?
Well, if the Constitution is the supreme law of this land, then he should.
Do you want Ramaphosa to go to prison, Chief?
Well, if he hasn't complied with the Constitution and is guilty of a crime, then he should. I'm sure you'll hear more about that in the coming weeks,
Yes, sir.
because these court matters are not going to stop.
Let's take it to the Eastern Cape. Leader CIC Julius Malema and his case. You follow anything that says law. I enjoy sitting with the old man. I am feeding off your wisdom. You'll forgive me because I'm abusing you today. And you had said, you are my brother. You can drag it, man, forever. Let's talk about the
Julius.
case and Julius.
Okay.
What do you think will be the sentence?
All right. Let's first of all look at who Julius is.
Yeah.
Okay. My research indicates, but be that as it may, Julius Malema was introduced to MI6, British intelligence, by Rob Hersov. So Julius works for MI6, British intelligence. Julius's function, when the time comes, is to cause chaos with all the uneducated youth. His function is to cause chaos. So after this, I'll face another 10 defamation matters in the High Court. Everybody will sue again. But the truth is the truth.
but we need to substantiate, because, assuming and speculating is one thing, but proving it's another. And it looks like you are always convicted. You can't. It comes from somewhere. So if it's coming from the belly of the beast, let's hear about it. Why why would you narrow it down to this?
Because I've seen evidence. I've seen photographs of Julius's meetings with Rob Hersov and MI6. And so have many other people, because it's on social media.
Maybe it's AI, Chief.
No.
You know how it
No,
operates.
I do. Trust me.
Yeah.
We know the difference between AI photographs and actual photographs.
Okay. Maybe just a few individuals, because it's on record and you are talking about pictures. When you are meeting the high profiles, you do obviously share a moment, and you will make sure that we have memories that we are going to keep for forever. Who are some of the most powerful people that you have met in the country? You have met the former president, Jacob Zuma, and then?
Yes, I've met him. I've met Paul Mashatile. I've met all the Bloemfontein guys. I've met Esma Gashula. But I haven't gone out of my way to meet anyone in South Africa. They know who I am. Trust me. I've delivered documents to the Union Building, addressed to the president more than once, to be met by his attorneys who stamp and sign the documents. They all know who I am. And this is not an ego. This is simply because of the work that I've been doing.
President Cyril Ramaphosa gives you an audience. What are those, things? What's that? I'll say a few things that you want to, maybe a message that you want to deliver or send across.
4 signs you are the type of woman men can't forget.
Why doesn't anyone love me?
So tell me, why do some women seem to...
Well, firstly, my first view would be to ask him to resign and hand the nation over to those who are capable of rebuilding it. Because those who are capable of rebuilding it, and there are many educated people waiting in the wings, and there's enough foreign capital waiting to come in. My request would be for him to resign.
But someone who's angry here, looking at you and saying, this old man is crazy, who can just let the power slide just like that? Who can hand over the rings of power just like that?
Correct, because power is taken. It's never given. But we have to work lawfully within the lawful structures and be polite. The people seeking freedom in this nation aren't armed. The government is armed. They've got the monopoly on violence.
We are closing with the top 5 or 6 parties. We have obviously the current leadership and the ruling party. I want you to help people to dissect and know ANC through your eye. Research, you've been at it. You spoke about 33 years, it tells me you've been here. You've done that, bought the t-shirt. And then second to that, let's talk about the DA. And then perhaps we'll touch MK, we'll touch the EFF, then maybe touch a PA and the current formation, which is Africa Maibuya, led by President Floyd Shivambu.
I simply put all politics aside, for I know that it is a distraction and it's a total looting affair. All of these political parties. Let us rather look at a solution, if I may. Because my views on the political are not too good for them. But a solution is...
You want to save yourself from suing and court interdicts. No, please go ahead.
Many of the kings have signed to the African... sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. You'll cut in.
That's fine. We back. We are still at the you said when you'd rather entertain the solution than going individually and saying IFP would not.
Okay, so a solution is for the nation to secede, for KZN to become a sovereign state, for the Eastern Cape or the Cape to become a sovereign, for the Transkei to be sovereign, and all the kings have signed a federal alliance of South Africa, should that come about. So people are working at that with other kings and tribal leaders and elders to try and find a method of maintaining peace and structure during the coming years, if we have that much time. But there is a peace planning process.
Okay. We are closing with the state now of current affairs that we see on a daily that are affecting everybody, trending on social media. People have their hero that they've discovered, which is Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. What's now your view on the state of policing in the country?
Thank you. When I first heard Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi make the statement, the judiciary and law enforcement are captured, my heart burst with joy. I thought I found a brother. But when he said it was the drug dealers, and I've not seen any evidence of any arrests of any drug dealers during all this commission, and I did reach out to him. I have evidence that it's the banks, and he has not contacted me because obviously his hands are busy with the commission. But my view, all these commissions.
But do you think something will come out of course, what he obviously on the was it on the 6th of July? Because what we saw on that day, it was a whole new South Africa.
Correct.
It changed the political landscape. It changed how people view any general, and then just a man in blue is just another person from next door.
Jim hurts. Just do Tai Chi. It heals.
It certainly did. But again, I have evidence that the police do not investigate serious crime. I spent 15 months on one matter. I met the heads of all law enforcement except for General Lebeya, who put me onto Hawks Illegal. The evidence is out there. The police are neutralized and only operate for either the cabal, the drug dealers, or whoever pays them.
Do you believe in God?
I believe that there's an almighty creator, whose name I do not know, that I acknowledge with respect and humility, that would grant me access to taking care of this creation, helping one another, and probably to go forth and multiply and enjoy this abundant creation. For this truly is an abundant creation. Yeah. You know, in every grape there's 8 grapevines. Yeah. In every peach is a tree. Yeah. And we've been led to believe that there's a scarcity of everything. There's a shortage of everything. So the almighty creator that I acknowledge shows me that it is an abundant universe.
This episode belongs to Papsi. Thank you very much for the link. You've been dope. You've been awesome. But there should be that one leader. Whether he comes from a religious sector, he is they call them with names. I don't want to mention a bishop. I was tempted to mention a bishop of a church. But there should be that one political figure or that one character. Maybe Judge Mukhweng. There should be someone that you say, okay, no, scheme, of all the things, if this man could rise to power, I'm sure things might change. Because there is no way God will never come himself here. You know, he will raise a prophet, he will raise a kingdom, he will raise someone. So who can you raise when? Personal and saying, no, leader. I think here we've got a thing or two. With the right guidance, with the right team, we can win this war.
We can win this war, and it isn't down to one person. Most of the meetings I'm in, I'm the only white guy. There are so many brothers and sisters that are wide awake and intelligent and educated. And my bet is that they must rise and unite, because we can establish another system of governance that maintains freedom for all without causing any harm to any other.
Your heart is connected to every skin. But it looks to me like you are more connected into skin. So what are your, I'll refer, for lack of a better way, to your people. You know, how do they perceive you? What's their view? You've seen things on social media when people are writing and now you just said, hey, Rob must wait.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, I'm saying, no. I'm saying, obviously, between the, okay, I'll loosely translate it to a black and a white.
Oh, what do my people say? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Most white people can't believe what's going on.
Yeah.
But they can see the impoverishment of the masses because the whites are equally as poor.
Yeah.
But they never thought it would come at this time.
Yeah.
And most of them, I think, are happy that at least someone is standing up and opening his mouth and advising people what's going on. Because most of the whites are generally calm and they don't want to be seen to be doing anything because we have an African government, I think. But we are all one, my brother. And
there's never been a statement about Mr. H accusing you of being racist of some sort.
Never.
You're a brother from another mother. Your meeting there, I want us to talk about this. This is the last point as we're signing off and we are out. The Oval Office. Hey, Muna, there was a party there. It was a certain story there. I saw people. Heads were rolling. It was hectic. Your view on the Oval Office meeting?
Again, a distraction. But if you saw who went, Rupert went.
Yeah.
Okay. And Rupert is the CEO of South Africa Incorporated. Cyril is only the spokesman. But they play the game and it's theater. Nothing comes of it. But everybody's entertained and absorbed for 36 hours. Then the newspapers take over. And what did they achieve with that meeting? Zero. But shortly after that, Trump announced the tariff increases. And the tariffs is to destroy economies globally. And people think that Trump is going to save. Trump is one of them.
Hey, if that guy would come here spinning. Hey, he will land the chopper here. He will land the Air Force One. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we have it, Mr. H. Let's put our hands together for Mr. H. Thank you very much, my good sir.
These things, they are good that they are exposed, and it's a good thing, okay? Hey, yeah, well, I've always said, when I think about all these things, people doing all these nasty things and stuff like that, is to say, is there anything that we can actually do? Like, is there anything, there's gonna be a day, is there a day where people are going to be like, you know what, listen, we're tired, we want to change this thing. And the question will be, who is going to do that? Who is going to do that? Because even when it comes to black people, unfortunately, it seems like we are against each other. We are not ready to compromise, so that we can come together, and all of that. It is unfortunate, okay? You see, one thing that I know is that you can expose and expose and expose and expose, okay? It's a good thing to know, okay? Because if we know, at least it's better. But again, in my mind, I'm thinking, I wish there could be done, something could be done, deeply so. And unfortunately, that's why, guys, when I look at South Africa, I look at South Africa as a place where any person who wants to do anything, they just come to South Africa. And I am 100% sure that the important assets, that will be, the important assets that actually makes South Africa to be the most important country, geographically, right? You will find out they are owned by just few people, And unfortunately, even if you can find, that's why I always hate this thing of struggle, to say, we are in the struggle, we are in the struggle, we are in the struggle. And unfortunately, with that mentality, trust you in me, ladies and gentlemen, we will always think of struggle. Even when the opportunity comes for us to come out of the struggle, we will not be able to come out because our minds are projected, actually, what is the term? Our minds are, I don't know, man, I forgot the term, but our minds, they are at the place where we don't think that we can come out from struggling, because if you say struggle continues, or we are a struggle, or we are a struggle party, that means in you, what you do is struggling. It's a problem for me. I don't want to lie, guys. It's a problem. Okay, and unfortunately, if you are a party and you are thriving from struggling, you are saying, we put the struggle, we push the struggle, pushing the struggle for who? Because we need to be changing things here. We need to be making things better. We need to be changing what we're supposed to be changing, not to say we are struggling every time, pushing the struggle, pushing the struggle. We will struggle until. There's gonna be something that needs to give. Somewhere, somehow, there's gonna be something that needs to give. There's no way that every time when black people come together and they want to change things, they want to make things better for themselves, and then they are threatened. If you do this, this will happen. If you do this, economy. If you do this and that and that and that. And it becomes a problem, guys, because we can't move, we can't do anything. And the reason is we are threatened. Every time we are threatened. Black parties, they had an opportunity to come together. They didn't. And when you hear people like Miss Zilla, you will hear them speaking like, if these parties, they come together, ANC, EFF and MK party, the economy will struggle, the economy will collapse. As if like everyone who is investing in South Africa will leave. Trust me, guys, not everyone who is investing in South Africa will leave. If these parties, they can come together. There was a lady, I think is, what is her name? I think it's Lebu Mashiko. So, it's not my, who is he? I forgot her name. She actually spoke, and I know some of you, when a person speaks like that, you hate them. You are like, yeah, you hate black people, you don't like black people, you don't like this and that, and blah, 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 blah. But sometimes when people speak, they speak the truth. She said that anything that is taken over by black people, in most cases you find that it's messed up. And I know that it's not always the case. But I can even say maybe majority, that's the case. I think, guys, we need to start to trust ourselves and start to trust ourselves. The fact that we were able to overcome apartheid on the ground. I'm not talking about people who were negotiating. No, I'm not talking about activists, what, struggle, what. I'm talking about people who that were on the ground, people who were throwing stones, people who got shot with rubber bullets, people who got shot with real bullets, people who were facing the heat on the ground. Talking about those people. They were able to take the heat. And the question is, do we still have people like that? Do we still have people who can stay in the heat of the moment and just stay there and get heated? Not get heated, but like stand on the heat. I don't know. But anyway, that was a very nice conversation over there. And I was watching from Skim GP. Very interesting conversation indeed. And I don't know, because, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me not talk too much. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Oh, by the way, I think I will also react to a live. There was a live where Mr. Who is that guy? Mr. Khope actually attended and then did an interview. I think he was talking about all these things, suspension. I don't know whether it's a suspension or anything, but something like that. We will react to that, and we want to hear what is going to say and all of it. Thank you guys for watching. We have a good day. Yeah, some of you didn't like the video. It's fine, guys. It's fine. You're watching, but you're not liking. It's fine. It's okay. Thank you guys. Have a good day. We out.